Okay. So good afternoon. Samarth, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So already we have started this part B from unit number 6, which is related to the modern trends in automobile. So we have seen this electronic control unit, that is ECU. So that is one device that controls all the electronic features in a car. So whatever modern features incorporated in the modern car, to control those features, such electronic control unit is used. So this we have seen regarding what are the various sensors, such as EGO, EMAP, then VS, DS, ESS. So all these we have seen. Then electronic control unit, what is its definition? Then various control modules under this electronic control unit, such as engine control module, brake control module, then transmission control module, then telematic control module, then suspension control module, and finally we have seen regarding how does an ECU work. So with respect to that, we have taken one example regarding airbag deployment during an accident. So this we have seen one example wherein this electronic control module helps to deploy the airbags when accident is going to be happen. So this we have seen one of the important application of electronic control module in modern automobiles. Now you can see the next one, that is fuel cell, and what is use of this fuel cell, that we are going to see with respect to the modern vehicles. So generally this is one of the prime mover or source of energy that is being installed in modern days vehicles. So it is an device, or we can define it, an electrochemical cell which generates electric energy from fuel via an electrochemical reaction. So by combination of hydrogen and the oxygen with byproduct as a water, with the help of anode and cathode, we can generate that electrical energy. So fuel cells are different from most of batteries in requiring continuous source of fuel and oxygen to sustain the chemical reaction. So it is an electrochemical cell which requires oxygen. So to have chemical reaction, wherein in batteries that chemical energy with the help of metal and their ions, and that is stored with the help of the battery. So here fuel cell, there is continuous operation, then fuel cell can produce electricity continuously for long, as long as fuel and oxygen are supplied. So fuel, that means hydrogen, that is being supplied, stored in at one of the place, and on the vehicle, and again oxygen is combined. With that, we are going to get the byproduct as a water, and whatever required electrical energy that can be generated by combination of the oxygen and the hydrogen as a fuel. So this is one schematic diagram of the fuel cell. So we can see the structure similar to the battery, but this is only the schematic one. So there is anode, cathode, and the electrolyte. So oxygen is hydrogen is supplied uh, from anode side, and this oxygen is supplied from the cathode side, and this one is the byproduct. So same we can see on the figure which is shown on the right hand side. So here uh, this one is the hydrogen, so HHH written. Then from this side there is oxygen. So again you can see here heat and water as a byproduct. So the working of fuel cells involve passing of hydrogen and oxygen into concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide via carbon electrodes, that is cathode and the anodes. So whatever chemical reaction, the outcome of that chemical reaction is generation of electricity, that is indicated by 3 here, and byproducts which are mentioned as heat and water. So byproduct produced from these cells are heat and water. Okay, so this is about brief information regarding fuel cell. So it is one device which generates electricity by combining hydrogen and oxygen, and that with the help of electrolyte and anode and cathode. So some of the applications of fuel cell you can see. So fuel cell electric vehicles, so commonly denoted by FCEV, that is fuel cell electric vehicles, so which uses clean fuel and therefore more eco-friendly than internal combustion engine based vehicles. So we know there is problem regarding pollution with respect to the vehicles which are having engine internal combustion engine as a prime mover. So with respect to, as compared to those, these fuel cell vehicles are more eco-friendly. Then the portability of some of the fuel cells is extremely useful in some military applications. So we can just transfer that whole electrochemical cell, so that will enable to use it for many military vehicles. Then these electrochemical cells can also be used to power several electronic devices. So again, these fuel cells are also used in primary and backup sources of electricity in many remote areas. So these are the some of the applications regarding fuel cell. Then next one is traction control device. So animation was there, but it is not working. So please. Okay. So next important one device that was remaining. So intentionally I have put here before electric vehicles. So this is one of the important device which we need to study, and that is incorporated in many of the modern vehicles. So what are the benefits of this traction control device? So if you are going to see the figure on the right top, what you are observing, so this red one is the vehicle, and these are the situations if such traction control devices are not provided on the vehicle, what will happen. So generally, for traction control devices, LR and RF series transmitters are used. So that is electronic components. So such transmitters are used. So you can see in this electronic traction control system, it is just extension to the anti-lock braking system, and which enables to have torque management, which also reduces engine power to prevent wheel spin. So many of these components so are extended to boost the anti-lock braking system as well as to have good traction control. So whenever vehicle is moving on the road, so to maintain the track, such traction control devices are useful. So you can see this one is the road having a curvature. So this one is the desired path, and you can see the vehicle or just car model which is shown left to this red car. The traction control system engages the RF brake, keeping vehicle in its lane and preventing it from steering into oncoming traffic. So, and here the traction control system engages LR brake, preventing vehicle from driving off the road. So one prevent driving off the road and one prevent it from steering into oncoming traffic. So whenever such LR and RF transmitters are used, then we are able to maintain the track as shown in this figure. Or you can see this another figure. So when there is traction control, what will happen? So this is the vehicle, this is the vehicle, and if traction control is not there, then this is imaginary position of the vehicle. So this traction control device, which is which monitors steering, which monitors wheel speed, which also monitors your rate using the sensors. So in emergency, whenever there is a negotiation of turn on any curvature, so with the help of such ELR and RF series transmitter, we can have better traction control. So such traction control devices are provided in modern vehicles to have better control on the roads. Okay, so this was remaining, so that I have taken. So previously we have seen fuel cell car. Now let us see this another one, that is electric vehicle. So this is the schematic one. So you can see various systems. So here this one is electric motor, this one is the front axle, this one is rear axle, and this is image which indicates whatever inner side construction of various components in electric vehicles. So electric vehicle is a vehicle powered by electric motor rather than gasoline engine. So instead of IC engine, a battery is used that will store chemical energy, and that chemical energy is provided so to the motor so that it will rotate. So the electric vehicle is a vehicle powered by electric motor rather than the gasoline engine. So the electric vehicle wherein electricity is used, so whatever internal combustion engine, it is replaced by the electric motor which works as a prime mover, and that can be run on the battery energy. So similar to that fuel cell car, this electric car also not producing the pollutions, so those are also eco-friendly. So you can see their advantage. So they are an environmentally friendly and also alternative to gasoline powered vehicles, especially in the city where that pollution control is the big issue. So vehicle powered by fuel cell are also called as electric cars. So this we have seen. So here the electric motor gets its power from the controller. So one controller which is provided in such electrical vehicles, so that will control the power from this battery source. So you can see the controller gets its power from an array of rechargeable batteries. So these are the rechargeable batteries. So you can see a simple layout of this electrical vehicle. So 300 volt battery array. This one is controller. So here charger you can see 12 volt accessories battery. Then via this controller power is given to this AC motor, and by this AC motor we can rotate this transmission system, and that will able to propel the vehicle. So again, actual image of the vehicle you can see here. This one is solar roof, then battery packs. So previously we have seen the in the previous slide. Then battery management system, that is BMS. Then this one is high voltage electric cable. So via this high voltage electrical cable we can provide power to the motor that can rotate the transmission system. So here transmission plus electric engine, that is nothing but the, you can say it as a electric motor. So this one is the schematic layout of the electric vehicle. So electric vehicle is a vehicle which runs fully or partially on electricity. So in some of the vehicle, for certain time or for certain kilometers, whenever batteries are not charged, we can run it on the other fuel. So such cars we are going to call it as hybrid vehicles. So unlike conventional vehicles which use fossil fuels, electric vehicles use an electric motor, and that can be run that can be used to run the transmission system. So this is about electric vehicles. Then next one is battery electric vehicles. So those are only run with the help of the battery power. So battery electric vehicles. Slight difference in previous one and this one. Okay. So this battery electric vehicles run exclusively on electricity, and it gets electricity from onboard batteries. To charge the car batteries, you will need to plug it into a charging station using an EV charging cable. So there is no gasoline or diesel engine. So they will also have a longer electric driving range than a plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So whatever plug-in hybrid vehicles, so whatever previously we have seen, those are under that category. So when you drive a BEV, the vehicle does not produce tailpipe pollution, and there are no exhaust fumes. So in fact, it does not have a tailpipe or exhaust pipe, as they are not generating any exhaust fumes. There is no exhaust pipe. So you can see electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So this is another type of electric vehicles. So a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is a vehicle which uses both electricity and the so in this case the electric motor powers the car for part of the journey before the combustion engine startup. So engine that uses the gasoline, that is nothing but the combustion engine. So it may just use electricity if it is not a long trip. So this plug-in electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is different from hybrid electric vehicles. So additionally, you can see this HEV charges its own battery using petrol engine while it is moving. So you do not plug it in, unlike plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So hybrid electric vehicles wherein that petrol engine is used to have charging of the battery, wherein this plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, so they are only meant for this, they are going to use only the battery power. So these cars can be plugged in to the national grid by means of cable, as in the case of the electric car. So you can see for some of the car. So whatever charging that is available only for 20 to 40 miles. So this is again charging socket. Then this is gas gauge in electric car. So either it is simple voltmeter or sophisticated computer which tracks the flow of amperes to and from the battery pack. So this is used to get information regarding the state of charge of the battery. So here it is indicating full. Okay. Then this is one plug for charging of the battery. So plug the car in anywhere to recharge. This one is the charging point for electric vehicle. Now let us see the difference between this electric versus gasoline engine based cars. So you can see here it is combustion engine or simply the IC engine. Here rechargeable batteries that can be charged at home. So this one is the controller to control the electric motor, and that can run the transmission system. And this one is related to this gasoline engine. So with respect to this electric car, so no tailpipe emission, as no fumes are there, where in case of this gasoline engine, greenhouse gases oblique pollution will be there. So with respect to electric cars, hours to required to recharge the battery. However, minutes are required to refuel the tank or refuel the car. So 2% per mile and 12% per mile. So this is about difference between electric and the gasoline cars. Then one of the modern trend with respect to this modern automobile, that is automatic transmission. So you can see one image which is we can see there one lever or just a shifter. So an automatic transmission shifter is used to select forward and reverse. So it also contains a small switch which sends signal to the controller. So this one is the small switch, and that is required to press while shifting the transmission in its various modes. So you can see this P that indicates parking, this R indicates running mode, this N indicates neutral mode, and this one is driving mode, and then second and this year. So different modes are there. So we need to press this switch, and again we are going for shifting the transmission. So this is with respect to the automatic transmission. Then nowadays there is trend or related to the solar vehicles. So you can see schematic diagram with respect to the solar power generation system. So solar array, then power tracker, then battery charged, then motor controller, then motor and the wheel. So from this battery, motor controller and motor, so all these components are similar to the electric vehicles. So this only the source of energy that is being changed. So you can see such structure related to the solar car. These are the solar panels, peak power tracker. Already we have seen power tracker, then battery pack via this battery. Here there is motor controller and this one is the motor. So we can control the energy which is given to this motor, and that can control the speed of the motor. So this motor is connected with the help of belt to the drive axle. So this is somewhat brief about the solar vehicles. Okay. So please wait for 1 minute. Just you can see how fuel cell works. Such membrane in between cathode and anode. From one side hydrogen, once again hydrogen tank, fuel cell, in between anode and cathode there is one membrane, from one side hydrogen, other side oxygen. Just this H is fuel. Now there will be byproduct H2O. Okay, so this is about fuel cell. You can see this is about some of the animations. So just I'm stopping here.